Let's get to this study, man. As y'all know, the boy Young Thug has been literally the face of the internet for these last couple weeks, man. You know, let's start off with this interview that he just did with Big Bang. Big Bang is an Atlanta legend. Now, I mean, he real OG type nigga. Feel me? He kind of like, I'm trying to compare him to someone on the West Coast, like OG Gumby or what's the other nigga from Texas? OG Percy. You know what I mean? He's one of those. Just for Atlanta though. Now this was a good move for Thug because he kept it hood. He went to the hood platform. You feel me? His first interview he did when he got home, he went to GQ, which is actually a good look because that's like some tabloids, magazine, upper echelon, different type of status type of thing, right? But he got to express himself finally. He just dropped the diss track, closing arguments, and it's up and down. People say they hate it, some people say they love it, some people say it's alright, some people say it's mid, some people say it's trash. It's all over the place. The problem is with that specific record is there's so much bias for Gunna in the type of music that Gunna has been putting out. It's Gunna works on these projects for a good amount of time before they actually release because they're albums. Thug just went to the studio on a whim, like spur of the moment. You feel me? So it's gonna be a different type of product. So if you like that raw shit, if you go back to the early 20 teens, 2011, 2012, 13, 14, 15, I come from that era where it was mixtape music, where niggas wasn't sitting down and trying to master the song. Like I come from that era, that Piff, you feel me? Digital Drip. I come from that era where niggas was doing remixes and niggas was just putting out shit raw. You feel me? And it sounded good. There was something about that raw feeling, and that's that feeling that I get from this record. Although, arguably, there are some lines that could be better, but the beat is fire. He did get some shit off his chest, and you can definitely feel where he's coming from. So, I think it's a smooth record. Now let's get back to this interview. Young Thug got emotional, right? Young Thug talked about his upbringing. He mentioned that one of his first childhood memories is seeing his older brother light a project heater because he's from the projects, lit it with a match. The shit caught on fire, burned down the whole building. That's what he said his first vivid memory is. When he was young, that stood out to him, right? And he even asked his brother, how'd you do that? Like he was more interested in the fact that he was able to do that instead of being like, damn, he just burnt down the fucking building, right? Moving forward from there, he mentions how he has an older brother that got deleted, unfortunately. Got shot after gambling, right? And he damn near held him, until he was no more, right? Held him in his hand, he felt his hand, pulse, seen him choking. Very graphic, bro. Young Thug is from Jonesboro. It's part of Atlanta. It's a hood, right? I believe it's zone 3. Dangerous area, you know what I mean? And he pretty much let us know that he started gangbanging over the situation with his brother. Grew up with 15 siblings, right? His aunt, other relatives, they wouldn't want his mom's side of the family to come over because there was so many kids. It was like the Bebe kids. Y'all see the Bebe kids? That's what Thug was living with. You feel me? Like a bunch of kids sleeping in the same bed. Regular project shit. This is what I'm familiar with, but you may not be depending on where you grew up at. But he shared the bed with multiple people. So him growing up, he even mentioned that he had to wear his sister's clothing. Now that stood out to me because the nigga dressed like a woman sometimes. You feel me? He has a different type of fashion style. So the fact that he had to wear his sister's clothes let me understand something, right? Like he really had a lot of female influence in his life, from dressing to just his lifestyle. So we covered the upbringing. Now he ends up talking about the situation with his co-defendants and the The most notable one is Gunna. That's the one that invokes the most out of him emotionally, and he just feels like he started crying. He feels like he put so much energy into Gunna, right? And for Gunna to, take the plea, mind you, he said that all the lawyers were on the same page in terms of the defense strategy. So that means no one was going to take the plea, allegedly, because they didn't want to make it seem like, or let me not say not take the plea, but no one's going to admit that YSL was a gang. This is all allegedly. You feel me? This is what Young Thug is saying. Now, he ends up saying, like, yo, Gunna, why would you do that, bro? Like, I could have got life for what you did, bro. And in that moment, I understood it. Because before, I'm like, yo, bro, the plea ain't gonna hurt. But when he put it in that perspective of, like, yo, bro, like, nigga, I helped you, bro. I did everything I could for you. You feel me? I gotta give it to y'all the way it made me feel. I did everything I could for you, bro. Your OG passed away and he told me to take care of you. And I did that, bro. And I know he told you to, hold it down for me too. And you was just so quick to up and leave and damn near leave me in jail for the rest of my life. You don't know what them people was gonna do. At that, I feel like you may have done that off the whim of a woman. You may have made that decision off a woman. This interview is about 3 hours long, bro. It's a movie. So when he put it in that perspective, I had to understand where he's coming from. And this is off the impression that he's telling the truth and the whole truth, right? But who knows, because we're going to get to the other shit. But he pretty much tried to say he didn't rap. Young Thug, you told, nigga. I don't care how you try to flip it. This nigga has a way with words. I can see why he's such a creative, great artist, bro. Like, the way he talks, like, what he did with the police is what he tried to do with Big Bang. He tried to do the same thing, like how he was in there trying to spin the narrative. That's what he was trying to do. That's what allegedly he said he was trying to do with the police. And then he tried to say that he was flirting with the police officer. That's why he asked for her number or gave the female police officer his phone number. Bro, this is one of the best excuses ever. Ever. Like, if this nigga is that manipulative, he's a dangerous person, bro. Because if he can sway that many people off an interview, bro, what else can he do, bro? Like, in the industry, now I'm starting to believe Rollo, because Rollo pretty much was saying that he's the reason that Atlanta split up. The way this nigga Young Thug talks, if you listen to him, like, it's like you have to believe what he's saying. You have to listen to him. There's moments where he's emotional, but no, he is emotional, but he's very stuck in his ways. And you have to say something like, it's like a certain angle you have to take with him in order for him to actually listen. And there was points in the interview where he admitted, bro, I'm fucked up, bro. I'm fucked up. I don't got my bros no more. You know what I mean? And one of the conditions, stipulations to, his punishment or, his sentences, he can no longer communicate with, other members from YSL. He brings up his best friend, Duke. I know Duke personally. He can't talk to his best friend no more. Gunna switched up on him. He even mentions the situation with Yacht Gotti lying and saying that Duke told on him and trying to get him to not fuck with Duke or, stay away from Duke. Whole time Yacht Gotti's lying when Yacht Gotti actually snitched on Duke because Yacht Gotti had, prior convictions, so he knew if he got in trouble with anything else, he's gonna get in big trouble. So, when he admitted that, bro, I feel like he got a lot off his chest. He's very emotional about that. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna get back to the fact of him trying to say he didn't snitch. Young Thug, you snitched, bro. For the people watching this, if you go into the police interrogation room and you tell them the truth, or you incriminate somebody else, whether they actually follow through with punishing that person, a conviction, a charge, it doesn't matter. As long as you incriminate somebody, and when I say incriminate, I mean incriminate. Like, you have to incriminate this person by saying that they break the law. You snitched. If you didn't incriminate anybody, no. This nigga said that Pee Wee was selling drugs to Lil Wayne, or they were doing some type of drug business. Then he mentioned how Birdman and Lil Wayne are going back and forth. They have a money dispute. So now you're giving causes and motives. You feel me? That's incriminating. It's non-negotiable, non-debatable. So the fact that he tried to spin that shows me he's a master manipulator. Now, there's some more audio that just leaked. Excuse me, I'm gonna say released. Just leaked. He's talking about Future. Pretty much says Future doesn't want to listen to him. Future be acting weird. Said some shit about Drake too and Metro Boomin. But you know what really stuck out to me, because you know those situations, he already did music with them. Like it's done. You don't need to keep doing music with these guys. You feel me? You already got collaborations. You already did a mixtape with Future. You already did music with them, so it don't really matter if y'all rock anymore. To be completely honest, it's just a feature or it's just a show. You know what I mean? You at the point in your career where you need to be able to do this shit on your own, bro. To just being, you know, truthful if you want to last any longer. But let's get back to business. There's a phone call where he's talking to a female that's not Mariah the Scientist, and I've come to find out that Mariah the Scientist has been paying or has paid his legal fees. So not all, obviously, because he got his own money. He has other people who have money too, but she was paying. And the phone call with this woman, he pretty much is talking about getting her pregnant and shit like that. And the only fucked up thing about it, because I've been in jail, bro, you know what I mean? You phone bill, it's called phone bill, like you do your time through the phone. So the fact that all this is coming out, you know, that's another conversation, because, you know, this is very, like, I don't know what they're trying to, you know, what message they're trying to get across, but, you know, this is something that you just don't do to people in terms of their privacy. Like, niggas ain't feeling that. These are private phone calls, but either way, it's public now. You know, some niggas talk on the phone, man, you know, but the situation is that this female, Mariah the Scientist, is actually helping you, bro. It's not like she's just going off to get money. Like, she put up her money to help you get out the situation. There's a lot of niggas who wouldn't do that. So there has to be a different type of respect. So you knowing that, you can't talk about getting a bitch pregnant. Like, you can talk, have fun with the bitch on the phone, like, but look, it's just come around and bite you in the ass because you wasn't supposed to do it. You know what I mean? Like, this is the one that's gonna hurt the most. Fuck the rap niggas and all that. You already did music with these niggas. You already got it done. This is potentially your future, your soulmate, your wife, bro. Because she was with you through a dark time. She showed you. You know what I mean? She showed you the truth, man. It's not like she's just some dusty bitch. That's a lit chick, bro. Very lit. So, you back out here. You don't know what's real love anymore because you a superstar. You a celebrity. You know what I mean? Everything's gonna be considered love, right? People want to kiss your feet, bro. You out here. You only find out who's really there for you when you on your deathbed or when you're in jail, bro. It's simple. You know what I mean? That's when you find out who really gives a fuck about your existence. Mariah the Scientist proved that to you, bro. You know what I mean? And I don't think that that's appropriate. You feel me? On some real nigga shit, you feel me? Like, for her to be helping you with the bills, that's different. That's a different type of commitment. That's wifey. That's not no regular trees or 304. You smell me? But, you know, I wanted to give you guys a more serious tone on this because The situation is real, bro. He's traumatized from Rico. So overall, the best thing that Young Thug can do is invest into his mental health. That's it. You feel me? He needs to prioritize that. I don't know if you gotta go to a cabin in Aspen, you feel me? Or you gotta take a trip, go to the mountains, Wyoming somewhere, but you need to be in nature. You need to go on a journey, bro. It may take you 6 months, it may take you a year. You know what I mean? But you know, it looks like Gunna's stronger than you because there's two ways to go about the trauma that both you guys went through it. Young Thug mentioned that there was a Zoom call, 2022, and the situation first happened when they all first got arrested, and these guys are all incarcerated. So the Zoom calls within the jail. You can see the judge, you can see Gunna, you can see Young Thug, you can see other people. During the Zoom call, Young Thug literally asked Gunna, and he wasn't supposed to. He asked Gunna, he's like, "Yo, Gunna, you good?" And then Gunna hit him with one of these. "I'm good." You feel me? So when we break this situation down, I want you guys to understand the context of this, right? Gunna is from Shady Park. That's a community in Georgia, right? Young Thug's from Jonesboro. So they're not from the same place. Shady Park is full of Crips. Where Young Thug's from, there's some Bloods over there. But geographically, they're from different sides of the city. But they connected through mutual friends and through, obviously, the power of music. But when it comes to blocks, when it comes to hoods, when it comes to politics, niggas ain't from the same hood. So essentially, Gunna was wrapped up with these niggas just because he was doing music. Gunna wasn't involved with nothing. Gunna got pulled over with Thug. Thug had shit in the car. Gunna got, pinched in this whole Rico situation due to the ongoing beef between YSL and YFN. Gunna didn't have nothing to do with that. He just was an artist. Now, looking at it from Gunna's point of view, like, nigga, what you niggas got me in, bro? You feel me? Like, what's going on? I gotta get up out of here, nigga. This shit weird. I ain't signed for this. But when I look at it from Young Thug's view, it's like, nigga, I made you a millionaire, bro. Like, Young Thug named all the things that he did, spending money on this nigga, doing shit for his family, all type of shit, real big brother shit. But this is coming out of Young Thug's mouth, no Diddy. So who knows? Because he's a master manipulator. So I say that to say this, right? Young Thug, you have to charge things to the game. You understand? There's just some things in life you have to charge to the game, bro. Like, it sucks, it hurts, but people change, bro. It's cutthroat. You in the streets, bro. Niggas die, niggas snitch, niggas get robbed. All type of shit, bro. Shit get fake, betrayals out there in the streets. It just hurt because, you guys had a different amount of success and different type of memories together that people don't get to experience. It's special, for sure. You wear your heart on your sleeve, bro, but you have to understand, bro, you got charges to the game, and honestly, Gunna beat you. Gunna defeated you, bro, and it's not like you guys were beefing, but just in terms of the situation, his approach to dealing with the trauma was way better. You know what I mean? He decided to get in shape, he decided to stay focused, he decided to make great music, he decided to become better. Young Thug, it doesn't look like you're trying to become better. It looks like you're becoming bitter. That's the biggest difference. You feel me? So you got to charge shit to the game, bro. And Big Bang did mention, before I cut this off, Big Bang did mention that him and Gunna had a conversation, and Gunna admitted that he has love for Thug, and he's waiting to hear how Thug feels about the situation. He doesn't care about how other people feel. He understands that Thug is in a tough situation, and he just wants to hear from him. Thug comes home, and here we are. So finally, just to kind of conclude this is just, bro, like, the message to this is, bro, just understand who you around, bro, and understand what you're doing, because this situation ruined Young Thug's reputation. I can't say it ruined his career, but the situation ruined his reputation. That's the number one thing that it ruined. You know what I mean? You can't get it back in blood because he's on probation. Can't go trap without getting extra money because he's on probation. You're limited, so you have to focus on the music. But right now, it looks like your music is being affected by the situation. So in order for you to make profit off your music, your mental health has to be good. Or your work ethic has to be good. Invest in that. Get some therapy, exercise, go on a retreat, do some different things, man, and focus on your family. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe to the channel. The crib. Hype me up too. Let's get this.